Welcome back to Zen Well Therapy, aka my backyard therapy. All right, so today's video, hopefully, it's a lot shorter than my other ones. Um, what I wanted to discuss today is, I guess, communications 101, as well as self talk 101. It sounds like a very simple concept what I'm about to explain, but I believe it does help, and I will explain why. Okay, so here we go. Oftentimes, I'm working with clients and they have a problem, of course. So, the overall um, plot is, hey, I have a problem, or I have problems. Here are the issues. I don't know what to do. What should I do? Okay. Um, or it could be, let's just say, our thinking process. Um, huh, should I be doing that? They shouldn't be doing that. They should know better. He should know better. Um, I should have done this instead. Um, what should I do? Right? So we have these thoughts about ourselves as well as other people. And the key word I'm talking about here, I've said it several times already, is the word should. Okay? So, why do I bring this up? From my experience, whenever we use the word should, there's usually this negative energy to it, okay? And it's one single word in our vocabulary. The should word, for whatever reason, has a sense of like judgment, the sense of criticism, or the sense of like, um, I know better than you or them, right? Um, and I believe it also causes a lot of arguments in relationships, whether it's your spouse, your significant other, um, your kids, your friends, coworkers, your boss, whoever it is, okay? The word should usually does not end well in conversation, right? We use it a lot in, I guess, in daily life where, oh, hey, like, I don't think you should be doing that. Like, you should be doing this instead. Um, if you were a good person or a good partner, like, you should be doing this for me, or like, well, I should be doing this, or it goes every like different directions, but that's the whole point. The word should, okay? So what I usually do is ask clients, okay, do you like the word should when you use it in your life, whether it's just thoughts in your mind or you're using it with others? And sometimes they say like, I don't mind it, and other times they're like, yeah, I guess maybe it does bother me. So I say, okay, well, here's a suggestion, right? Instead of using the word should, okay, um, I recommend replacing it with the word want. So why is that? If you're able to just change your language of your thoughts and your speech with others, using the word want gives you like this freedom of choice, right? So here's an example. Hey, this thing happened to me. I don't feel really good about it. It makes me feel XYZ emotions. And I don't know what I should do. Okay. All right. So let's reframe it. So, hey, this thing happened to me. I'm feeling all these emotions I don't like. Huh. What do I want to do? Right. And it sounds very simple. Okay. If you change it to the word want, now you get to decide your desire. What do you actually want to do because of what's going on? Right. And then from there, usually the thought process is a lot more neutral to positive. Okay, I'll give you another example. If you're having these thoughts about your past, like you did something wrong, you made a mistake, you have some regrets, and the thought process is like, oh, I should have done that. It's like, wow, I can't believe I did that. I should have done this instead. Uh, I'm such a terrible person. How do I forgive myself? Um, right? And these dots can keep going, and this dot train is going to spiral down to more anxiety, possibly more depression from my experience working with clients. And then you end up in a dark place, okay? Does it happen like this every time? Probably not, but a lot of times it does. And this one single word in our language kind of like is the catalyst to get there sometimes. So um, let's reframe it. Well, if I made a mistake in the past and I'm recalling this memory, right? Instead of saying like, well, I shouldn't have done that, it could be like, yeah, I did do that. Probably wasn't the best decision. So moving forward in the future, if that happens again, what would I want to do instead? Okay, so now you're in a different train of thoughts, saying, yeah, what did I learn from it? And what do I want to do instead if it happens again? And then now your brain and your mind is exploring different options on proactively thinking about how you can do it better next time, right? So that's just another example of replacing the word should with the word want, okay? Um, I'll give more examples regarding communications with others, right? So if you're having a disagreement or an argument with someone, okay, again, it could be your partner, your significant other, a close friend, someone at work, a customer, whoever it is, okay, and you start saying the word should, like, hey, well, like you should be doing this because it'd be better that way, or you should not be doing that because, as you can see, it doesn't help us, right? Now, the person on the other end receiving this type of communication, usually they're going to feel like, oh, so you think you know better than me, right? Like you're that much more intelligent. You must know a lot more than I do. So you're making me feel like I can't think for myself and you have to think for me. So when someone feels that way, like they're like where that should word is condescending, they're going to put their defense walls up. They're going to get very defensive, and now they're in attack mode. Okay, and it could literally lead to like, well, then like, you should be doing this, and you should be doing that, and now the argument went from like a civil conversation to a disagreement to an argument to a full blown like conflict, and it can blow out of proportion. Okay, does it happen every time? Maybe, but often it does in society. Okay, so again, how do we reword it, right? So if you want to tell someone you're having a conversation with, like, hey, you should be doing this instead because I think it'd be better, right? It could be like, well, this is the idea I have regarding like how it can be better regarding what's going on with you. Um, is it something you want to do? And then now you're giving that person the choice, is this something I would want to do? And then they respond back, yes, no, maybe. And then now you're having a more neutral to productive conversation instead of like, well, you should do this because I know better than you, basically, right? And most people, we don't like to be talked down to, okay? Including myself, including my wife, everyone, for the most part. Um, so, and it can be very simple things like this happens often. Oh, hey, I'm watching this new show. It's called Squid Game or whatever it is, and oh, yeah, you should watch it. It's such a good show. You should watch it. And we often say that about things that we're excited about or we just experienced, and we always say like, hey, you should go experience that too. All right. So what I do is say, hey, I had this experience. I liked it. Um, maybe you want to check it out. Do you think you want to do that? And now they have this freedom of choice to respond, I don't know. Maybe I do want to, or I don't. And then the conversation continues, right? Um, so it can be as little as that, or if you have the habit of using the word should, I encourage a lot of my clients and people around me to replace it with the word want. Sometimes you got to be creative with it to figure out like, how do I reword it what the word want? And then you figure it out. And the more you do it, of course, the more of a habit it becomes. It just becomes easier, right? In my household, when I'm at work working with clients, I think I rarely ever use the word should now. And if I do, I will catch myself and I'll rephrase it right away with the word want somehow. Okay. Um, so I do the same thing for myself. I don't just try to teach this and then not do it in my daily life. Okay. Um, when my wife and I were having a conversation, doesn't have to be a disagreement or anything, but whenever the word should pops up, okay, I'll go should, should. Okay, I will exaggerate the word should to prove a point because she already knows how I feel about this word. And most of the time, it's my wife saying the word should and not me. So I'm the person saying, like, should? We should? And then she gets the point, and then she will rephrase, like, well, yeah, I mean, this is what I was thinking. Is this something you want to do? And then we'll have a little laugh, and then I'll respond, hey, if I want to or not. We have that conversation, right? So I do my best to not use that word should around my family, around my friends, definitely not when I'm working with my clients. So I'm just sharing with you now, okay? If you think this will help you, great. Implement it into your life somehow and see how it goes, right? Maybe you try it out and you're like, oh no, using the want is terrible. I like the word should. Then no problem. Stick to it. It is your life, okay? I'm just sharing from my experience what has helped me personally and the clients I work with throughout the years. And that's it, all right? So that's all I wanted to mention today. I hope it helps. So for everyone watching, thank you. And be well, Zen well, and I'll see you next time.